Now, a few years ago, there was a group out there, and I can't remember their name, but these dudes, it was probably about 5 or 6 of them. None of them, not a damn near one of them, put their garment on. Their garment was all draped over their shoulders, and they was out there in fucking flip flops, or some may call them slides, you know. And you can tell that these men truly weren't serious about pushing the word. All right, and this is why, again, we let you know, be mindful of what you're getting involved in. All right, let's go to a couple more scriptures. So that being said, we was instructed to affix the border of blue and the fringes to our garments. Right, Revelation 1:13, it says, and in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot. All right. Now, when you see us on the highways and byways, you're going to see our garments clothed down to the foot. And not only is the garment clothed down to the foot, not only are we clothed with the garment down to the foot, we have the fringes in the border of blue at the end of the garment, affixed to the garment as we have been commanded to do so. All right. So again, it's all about following instructions, man. Follow instructions. Let's continue. 2 Ezra 16:75, it says, be not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh Shemiah Shai is your guide. Right? When a man decides he's going to make a lei and throw it over his head, or make a garment and throw it over his shoulder, all right, you're afraid to be seen. You're afraid to let people know and understand that you have now been identified as a man of the Lord. And you're following the instructions of Yahweh Shemiah Shai about the garments, the border of blue and the fringes. But if you're coming down some other path, then you are afraid. You do not want to be seen. So if your boss or your girlfriend, her friends see you out there, you can play it like, yeah, I'm just out there chilling. I was out there chilling. But if you got a garment on, people are going to recognize, or not recognize, but they're going to notice you right away. Especially in this time period. Everybody's always looking for something to record, looking for somebody that looks out of the ordinary. And the minute you don't fit in with the norm around here, you must be some type of terrorist. You must be some type of some kind of whatever they call it, whatever they put out there. When you wear that garment, that's what is going to draw the attention. What is this guy? What has he got that thing on for? What are those tassels at the bottom? And this is why them cats that was, years ago that was around, they were afraid to be seen. Niggas is teaching the whole day and no one put their garment on. All right? So, again, men will do these things because they're afraid to be seen or recognized by somebody they may know in the world. Shit, if you still caring about what somebody thinks you in this world, this thing ain't for you. The truth ain't for you. It's really not for you. If you gotta stop and pause and think, damn, who gonna see me out here? I know someone, they might be in town, so I'm not gonna put this thing on. All you're doing, this is 2 Peter chapter 2:1. It says, but there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that bought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. Okay? If you're denying the Lord, whom gave his life for you, right, and you're teaching something contrary to what the Lord has set up through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemiah Shai, you have just sealed yourself to bring upon yourself swift destruction. All right? This isn't hard, man. And to be where we are right now, there's nothing better a man would want to do is be out there representing Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Look what's going on in the world concerning Israel. Just Israel in itself. Damn near every podcast out there, somebody's mentioning something about the Hebrew Israelites. All right? And we're out there on the highways and byways. Every now and then, someone will come up and be like, "Oh, I seen you guys down in Texas. I seen you guys in Florida. Oh, I seen you guys over in D.C." You know? Because why? The Lord is now opening this thing up, man. Where pretty soon, it's going to be the only thing talked about. But don't be one that brings upon yourself swift destruction by faking the funk. Let's look at this guy, man. Let's look at this dude. He out here with a t-shirt on, walking around like he holding two mailboxes under his arms. You know?
That's condescending. I'm being truthful. It very much is. It very much is. It very much is. What is condescending? How you speaking down to somebody? I'm not. Have a conversation, brother. Have a conversation, man. That's why I don't like talking with you guys. Because
you know, and again, whoever put this video up, you see the title? Hebrew Israelites Scared of the Truth. And this is what we also have been talking about as of late. You know, these guys who professing themselves to be men of the Lord, going out there in the highways and byways, then when they get confronted, they get all lost and confused. All right? And then you end up with short clips like this with the title, Hebrew Israelites Scared. And that affixes itself to everybody. To everybody. Everybody that's in this truth. These type of things, when men do shit like this that he's out there doing, with a goddamn Hawaiian Lei on, you know, and professing themselves to be teaching. Now, I don't know the man. I don't know, you know, I never seen this man in my life. But who knows? But if he needs to, you know, follow instructions, which is hard for Jake to do, man. Jake just can't follow instructions to save their life. You know? Let's continue on. This is Sirach 2:14. It says, "Woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will ye do when Yahweh Shai Shai visit you?" Right, because when you put your hand to the plow, things ain't going to happen at your speed. All right? And this is why patience is also a necessity of being involved with this truth of ours and this thing of ours. A lot of you men, including this cat who's showcasing on this video, he may very well lose patience. One, because he don't have the spirit of patience when he's dealing with this dude, you know. And two, you know, at being hasty to the point where you just want to see, you know, something done because you want to see it done. Cats ain't going to be around very long with that mentality. All right? Woe unto you that have lost patience. And what will ye do when Yahweh Shai Shai visit you? You're going to have a lot of blood on your hands, you cats, man. And this just isn't a fad that's happening. This is all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, who's now starting to make these things very well known in the world. The word of the Lord, the names of Yahweh Shai, the hope for the elect, you know, the individuals who trust and believe in Yahweh Shai, those of the house of Israel. These are all things that are very important to know. All right? And you can be on the highways and byways like a guy like this with a new twist of lei on. A lei with the border blue and fringes. Where's your garment? You know? If it's one thing you're going to learn or receive from men who are teaching in sincerity, truth and sincerity, you're going to see that we follow instructions. All right? So I just want to hit this quick clip with this guy here, with this Hawaiian Lei with fringes and the border of blue. Again, like I said, Jake never ceased to amaze me. But this guy, he may not be around very long. All right? People get out there in them streets, and it's a whole new ball game. It's a whole new ball game when you get out there, and when you got the masses coming up to you and people talking, and a lot of moving parts. You know, everybody's great when they're at home rehearsing it at their kitchen table. Yeah, if someone come up and say this, I'm gonna get this down. But again, as we know and understand, we move in the spirit. You never know which way the spirit is going to sway the conversation. So everything that you plan for is right out the door. All right? But again, using a lei as part of the truth is not biblical. This is my first time seeing a nigga with a lei wrapped around his neck with the border of blue on it. This man will never put a garment on. You know why? Because he's still stuck in the world. You know, when you finally commit yourself to something, you be like, fuck it, I'm all in. Fuck it. All right? But clearly, this man, he took the time to make the lei. He took the time to do that. He could have took a few more minutes and just made him a garment. All right. So with that being said, Lord willing, I'm going to see y'all in another one. I'm going to say shalom.